Hello, everyone. Today is December 20th, 2021. I'm here today with Kyle Paris. Kyle is a former college football player and police officer. Thanks for coming on the podcast, Kyle.
Thanks for having me, Karish. Good to see you.
Hell yeah, it's good to see you too. So we're talking about you had my shorts that
Yeah.
for 3 years.
Yep. I remember they showed up around sophomore year. I just started wearing them. I was like, it must be my shorts. I think you might have left them here on like the couch or something, and my mom washed them and put them in my room. So,
Oh yes.
so I
Was
was
it
just
the
wearing them around, and then I remember senior year you came by and you're like, "Are those my shorts? Like, these are yours? I've been wearing them for 3 years."
Oh man. Yes. I remember back then you were living in like a Harry Potter style room.
Oh yeah, it's still here.
You don't live in it though, do you?
I don't live in it. It's
Damn.
the playroom for my nephews now.
Damn, you have nephews?
Yeah, I got three nephews now. Three nephews.
Wow. That's how do you like that?
I love it. Being the uncle is the best because you don't have to deal with all the responsibilities. It's the fun part.
Yes, dude. You don't have to stay in on Saturdays when all your friends are going out.
Exactly.
Dude. So we played high school football together, but then you went on to play college football, correct?
Correct.
What how was college football for you?
I loved it. It was awesome.
Wow. What did you love about it? What how did it compare to high school football?
It was like the camaraderie of high school football was the same, uh, but it was definitely more serious, especially than Jalisco football. It was more like a job than just going out having fun, but it was still super fun. I loved it. Loved the guys I was with. I had a great group of uh, also players, I guess. Teammates. Great group of teammates. It was super fun. We all
Nice.
got along.
That's great.
Yeah.
What how was it a job?
Well, it's just like, in high school, you just go to class and then you show up for practice and game day, where college was you if you weren't in school you were doing football. Like you'd have film, and in the film they'd like literally give you homework. Like you have to identify the defenses, identify the players. They give you scouting reports on the players. You learned everything about them. You pretty much had to study them. Like, so if you weren't in class, you were in football class. Watching film, or watching film of your own, studying playbooks every week was a different playbook. Like it wasn't like here's the playbook in the beginning, like in high school, and like, all right, this is the plays, and then now that I know them, by every week you got a new set of plays and a totally new game plan. It was like you had to learn a new playbook every week. So
Wow.
yeah, they did a study on us, I think, and we spent 50 hours a week on just football, and on top of that, had to be full time students. So it was
Wow.
it was busy, but it was worth it. Wouldn't change it. I had a lot of fun.
The camaraderie is awesome.
It is. It's
It's
it's like being with having like 100 brothers.
yes, it's like having 100 brothers. It's it makes like getting along with people later down the line easier too.
Yeah, definitely. It's like because we all have such different backgrounds, but with this one common goal and interest, in that it just brings everyone together, and it helps you like see other cultures, how other people react, and how like we can still come together and get along, and it made it a lot easier to socialize in the real world after college.
Yes, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was in a fraternity in college, but it's the same thing. Like
Oh
you
yeah.
needed the band of brothers. I mean, there were two social groups on my camp. I'm sure it's the same with you. It's the athletes and then the
Right. Exactly.
Greek
Yeah.
life.
Right. Yeah.
And it just makes like you said, everything after that, like just going into the real world and being able to communicate with strangers a lot easier than if we didn't play a sport like football, especially, which is so social. Like
Right.
you need to be, especially, I don't know, defense, you need to communicate all the time. Offense has to be in sync. It's like very few other sports do you need that much coordination between teammates.
Right. And football for me, I mean, I played a lot of sports in high school. Football for me is like where you see the most that how everybody doing just their part is so crucial. And like that can like relate to like jobs now, like after college, where like if you, for the team to succeed, you have to do your part. Like the lineman has to make that block for the running back to get through the hole, and the quarterback has to get him the ball without dropping it. Like there's just so many moving parts, but as long as everybody does their one job, the team is successful in the whole.
Yes. And you got to put a lot of trust in your teammates.
Yeah, definitely. You gotta trust that lineman to make that block so you don't get killed. You know.
Yes, dude. Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, college football, the size of the players is way different than high school, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I mean, I was one of the biggest players in high school, and college I was the second shortest kid on the team. So I
Really? How tall are you?
was 6 foot.
Damn. How short was the shortest?
Oh, he was like 5'6".
Wow. What position did he play?
Running back. We were both running backs.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So you went to school in North Dakota,
South Dakota.
South Dakota?
Yeah.
How was South Dakota compared to California?
Huge, huge culture shock when I first got there. Um, I was on the east side of South Dakota, so super flat at the end of Tornado Alley, so super windy, super cold, hot and humid in the summers. Is totally different than California. Uh, when I first got there by myself, I was like, no friends, no family, and it was like it was tough. I didn't like it. I was like, "There's
When
nothing to do here. Like, what do you do in South Dakota?" But through football, meeting people, making friends, I would say like by the time I got to my sophomore year, I loved it. I thought it was almost better than California. It went from there nothing to being do, nothing you can do to like everything you can do. Like the possibilities were endless because South Dakota, man. I mean, you could, it's not as restricted as California. You,
no,
you just go out and fire off your hunting rifle in the middle of the nowhere because the next house is not for like 10 miles.
wow.
Yeah.
Aim it at a pheasant or at nothing.
Oh, pheasant. We loved hunting pheasant. Pheasant's
Did
actually pretty good.
did you hunt while you were up there?
I didn't do too much hunting because I didn't have a hunting license. I did a lot of fishing. That's how I got into fishing out
Nice.
there. But my roommates would hunt while I was at practice, and then when I came home, they'd have the crock pot full of all the pheasants they caught that day. So I got
That's
to eat good
awesome.
while I was there.
What was that?
I got to eat good while I was there because they always came home with their kill.
Wow. Your
Yeah.
roommates weren't football players?
They were. They were all football players at one point, and then as time went on, two of them they were only like walk-ons and didn't quite get a make a spot the next year. So they started off as football players and became regular students, but they're still great guys.
It's awesome because at least they met you, you met them, you guys had maybe a year or so of like intense practice together, and that's still a lot of bonding camaraderie right there.
Yeah, no, definitely, it was. Yeah.
So when did you leave California early that summer in between high school and college for football practice?
Yeah, so California, apparently, school goes longer than the rest of the country. So, uh, like, we didn't graduate till like June 22nd, June 24th, around there. Uh,
Yes.
and they graduated in first week of April, like last week of May is finals.
Wow.
Or first week of, I had it backwards, but yeah.
Yes,
So
April, May time frame.
yeah, it's like almost 2 months before me. So as soon as I graduated high school, fall camp was starting for college football. So I only got like a week of summer before I had to go back
Wow.
back to the grind.
Damn. Did you play a sport that season, that spring too, or did you take that off?
I was baseball.
Even your senior year?
Yeah, we went all the way to the CIF finals. I was playing up right until time to go play football. So I was switching back and forth between sports. But yeah,
You guys went to CIF finals your senior year?
sure did.
Wow. And all the like football players were also doubled as baseball players too, right? Like,
Right.
wasn't Molnar
Yeah.
and was Carduccio base?
Carducci, Ebel.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Who'd you guys so who'd you guys play in the finals?
Pacifica.
Pacifica, where are they?
I don't know. So somewhere in Orange County.
Okay. Dang, I didn't know that. What
Yeah.
were you gonna say?
I think they're like North County somewhere, but I can't picture it.
Got it. So when you went to football, were your teammates all over the country? Like, were they from like the South, Northeast,
Oh yeah,
California?
all from all over. I was
Wow.
I think there was like 3 of us from California. Only 2 of us made it the whole 5 years or 4 years. But yeah,
And you redshirted your first year?
I did.
Okay.
Still like trying to, because I broke my leg
Wow.
senior year. So I was still like trying to learn how to run again and get mobile pretty much.
You broke your leg senior year of high school.
Yeah.
Wow. How was that?
It sucks.
No. I mean, sorry. How did that happen?
Oh, it happened in the game against San Juan Hills. I don't know how. I just remember going into the locker room at halftime and being, my leg kind of hurts. So they sent me for X-rays and I snapped my fibula in my left leg.
Wow. And
Yeah.
you were playing with a broken leg for a little bit?
Yeah, it was probably like the whole first half. From what it looked like on film and what I remember, I probably broke it on like the second play of the game.
Damn, that's crazy. But your adrenaline was
Yeah, your adrenaline rush is so crazy. It's like you don't even realize. You just think like you have a bruise or something.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And you still played the baseball season?
Yes. Yeah. But yeah, I was a lot slower than I was in previous year. So
What position did you play in baseball?
the outfield.
Okay, so that affects it definitely.
Yeah, no, it did, but managed.
Nice. So you said South Dakota super free. Is there like, and you said by your sophomore year there was like a whole realm of things to do. What were you doing? Like, if you didn't have football, what would you do in the off season?
Fish. I
Fish?
got fish, and yeah, we'll go out to the lakes. We had a bunch of lakes by us. We were only 15 minutes from Minnesota, so I'd go back to some of the guys that lived in Minnesota, hit up their lakes, go to their cabins. Yeah, just there was we go out to like the middle of nowhere, shoot guns, have fun.
Nice.
Yeah,
What city was South Dakota? What school did you go to?
South Dakota State,
SDS?
SDSU,
SDSU, damn, just like
real SDSU crew.
you say the real SDSU?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Is that like do people in South Dakota know about San Diego State?
Not really. They know of San Diego, but they don't. Everyone
They
just
don't
calls South Dakota State SDSU.
SDSU
Or state. Like I go
or
to,
state?
yeah, like you go to state, go to SDSU. Yep, I go to SDSU. So it was always
Wow.
weird when I came back here and people were like, "Oh, I go to SDSU." I'm like, "No, you don't." Oh, San Diego, yeah.
Yes, yes. Oh,
Yeah.
wow. That's definitely what I think of when I hear SDS. I mean, everyone calls it SDSU here.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
What what city is it in?
Brookings.
Brookings?
Yeah.
And that's 15 minutes from Minnesota.
Yeah. It's right on the
Damn.
South Dakota, Minnesota border.
Dude, fishing, that sounds like a lot of fun, especially if it's easy access fishing.
Oh yeah, it was super fun. My roommate had a boat that he'd bring up in the summer, so kept it in our house.
Wow. Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah. And ice fishing is pretty fun too.
You ice fished in lakes?
Yeah. You have like a little like hut, like cabin thing that you can roll out, a little ice house that you roll out onto the ice like a four-wheeler or your truck, and it has like little holes in the floor, and you can drill a hole into the ice, and you just fish in your house. You
Dude,
know?
these are things that Californians do not do.
Yeah,
Southern
right.
Californians do not do these things.
Yeah, we bought ice skates and we would like skate on real ice on like real lakes. We had one in our backyard.
Wow.
When it freaks over, you just go ice skate, play some hockey. It's a
That
different world.
sounds, yes, different world for sure.
Yeah,
I mean, it sounds fun.
it
Did you
was.
like the cold?
Not at first, but it grows on you. I mean, not it doesn't ever grow on you, but like you learn to accept it. But yeah.
Okay. Was your stadium indoors?
No, we had a practice stadium like a that was indoors, just a practice field with a track around it, but no bleachers or anything. It was actually only 80 yards, I think, not even the full football field.
Wow.
But yeah, but
Like
our stadium was outdoors.
from start of end zone to start of end zone, it was 80 yards.
Yeah, like the halfway was only the 40. It didn't
Oh,
go.
wow.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still better than practicing every day outdoors, I bet. In
Oh
like,
yeah.
how late was your season going?
It depends how far we'd make it in playoffs. We usually made it pretty far, at least quarterfinals, semifinals, my senior year. So that would go pretty much up until like this last weekend was semifinals. So
Wow.
went
How
up to Christmas almost.
wow. How did SDSU do this year?
They did they did pretty well. They just lost yesterday in semifinals.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
To who?
They lost to Montana State.
Okay. And
Yeah.
what division is this or what conference?
It's Division One FCS. We were in the Missouri Valley Conference.
FCS?
Yeah, so there's Division One FCS, and then there's Division One FBS. So FBS is the schools that you hear of all the time, like Alabama and Clemson. But if they play a bowl game, so that's what FBS is, the bowl series, where the FCS is the championship series. So the only difference between us is that we have actual playoff system where they do bowl games.
Got it. Got it.
But like before conference play, we always play each other. Like we played TCU and Mizzou and Nebraska and Kansas. Yeah, we always play
Wow.
each other. There's no difference except for when it comes to off season or postseason, I should say, is we have an actual playoff series where they have bowl games.
Okay. And your playoff series would only be in the what conference did you say?
No, the playoff is between all of FCS.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but our conference was Missouri Valley.
Missouri Valley. How many teams make it into the playoffs?
Too sure, maybe 16 around there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you guys make it every year?
Every year I was there, yes.
Nice. That's exciting compared to Aliso football.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's different. It was
Not
fun.
as successful for us in high school.
No. So
But I do remember your guys' homecoming game. I went to that game your senior year. That was pretty incredible.
against Capo,
Yes.
yeah, that
Down
was
27-0.
yeah. In the fourth quarter.
Yes, dude. Oh my God. That was crazy.
Yeah, no, I'll never forget that one. There's still people I see at the gym We talk about that game.
Really?
Yeah, like parents that were in the stands or
Dude, I'm really glad. I was seriously considering leaving, and yeah.
yeah.
So
A lot of
glad
people.
I.
I remember by the end, like the stands was like half full. Like there's barely anybody left.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you have any exciting games? Like really, like was there a game that really stands out to you during your college experience?
I mean, there was maybe it was my red shirt freshman year. Real early, we went to like the playoffs for the first time. We were playing one of our rivals, Northern Iowa, and we went into triple overtime.
Wow.
Yeah, one with like this amazing catch by one of our teammates in the end zone for the touchdown, game-winning touchdown. It was awesome. That was that one stuck with us for a long time.
Nice.
But we had a lot of them. I mean, every time we played North Dakota State, it was a huge rivalry game, and that was always back and forth down to the wire.
North Dakota State was your guys' rival?
Oh yeah, it was my senior year when we played them. Was college game day came out there, so that was pretty cool.
That's really cool. And
Yeah,
it was televised?
yeah, I was on ESPN.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
How many people would generally come to your games?
uh, we'd sell out a lot, but our stadium didn't hold that much, so we'd have like 20,000 probably.
Still pretty crazy.
Like, and then when we played like Nebraska sells out. They're notorious for selling out every game. So when we played them, they had 90,000 fans. It's like, whoa.
Really?
Yeah.
90,000? How many people go to SDSU?
I think 22,000 is our attendance.
Oh, no, I mean the school itself.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Okay. And how about N do they call it NDSU?
Yeah,
Do you know how many people attend that school?
probably about the same.
Wow. So that's a lot of like NDSU alums coming in and like people that don't actually go into the school. They must really love that school then in North Dakota.
Oh, I mean, what else is there to do in North Dakota but go to the football game, you know?
Wouldn't you be able to go out and shoot guns in the middle of nowhere like South
But
Dakota?
wouldn't you want to go to a football game? I mean, North
That's
Dakota
true.
and South Dakota have no professional teams, so we're like we
Yes.
are the professional team, you know, like we're who you go see. So
Dude, that's kind of weird because you're right. Like
yeah.
Dakotas don't have a professional team. Montana doesn't have many. Do they have a professional team?
Nah, not that I know of. No.
And I don't think Idaho has one either.
Yeah. So yeah, the school's there, man. I mean, everyone in town goes to the football game.
Got it.
We're the entertainment.
Dude, yes. College football in college towns is a big deal.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was a great experience.
So you said you were in East Dakota,
Yeah, I was on the eastern part of South Dakota.
and that's the end of Tornado Alley.
Yeah, it's right at the tip.
And you had a bunch of winds going in there.
Oh yeah, we had a couple tornadoes while I was there that came through.
Wow, how's a tornado?
It's scary. Sirens going off. It gets super dark all of a sudden and super windy. I remember they were building our new stadium during one, and it would take the bleachers and it would just like throw them in the air, but they were still attached on one end, and they just come slamming down. It'd shake the whole ground. Felt like it was an earthquake and tornado and all of them at once.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah,
You don't experience that here in California.
no, it's so out of the blue too. You think it's just like a normal clear sunny day, and all of a sudden the sirens start going off and you're like, what's happening? And then it gets dark and super windy out of nowhere.
Do you get warning though? Is everyone just like, okay, tornadoes coming in 3 hours, be ready?
You don't really get that much warning because I mean I don't think technology is that advanced enough to know when a tornado it's going to happen. I mean, you always see like tornadoes possible, but yeah, they don't know until it's like almost too late.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it can just develop like on the spot right there.
I don't know how tornadoes work, but that's what it seemed.
Wow. Well, would you go back there? Would you live your life? Would you move to Dakota?
uh, what one thing moving there or going there taught me is that I can adjust to anywhere.
You
I think
can?
I think I could live anywhere. Yeah,
Okay. But would you live there or do
I
you
would.
want to you would?
I mean, I prefer to stay here, and that's my plan so far. But I would. It's everything is so cheap; it's hard to beat.
What's cheap? Like
Everything,
homes? What
homes,
else?
gas, alcohol.
Really?
Oh yeah, you used to get like instead of like a mixed drink of like rum and coke, we get a pitcher of it for like $4.
Wow.
Yeah,
That won't happen anywhere in the Southern California.
we get a beer here for $4.
No, you get a canned beer for $4 at one bar I know.
Yeah, it's probably Rolling Rock.
No, it's PBR.
Yeah,
It's PBR.
yeah,
Wow. Damn. We're really highly taxed. Like a lot of people this year have like I even saw like an Instagram video of like some newscaster guy who moved to Florida. And at one point they were like the income tax is 0. And
yeah.
I'm just looking at my income tax at like ridiculously high numbers and it's like
Wasn't
that's
income tax supposed to be temporary?
what was it supposed to be temporary?
That's what I heard. I don't know if it's true or not.
Yeah, he's pretty involved right now.
Do you know like did you hear like the backstory behind that or did someone just tell you it was like do you know who made it?
No, I just somebody
I
just
have
told me back in the day that hey, this was supposed to be because I think it was like my first paycheck, and I was like, damn, I'm only taking home like 40% of my paycheck.
yes.
Like, yeah, did you know income tax is supposed to be temporary? Haha, good joke. I'm like, what? Was it really? Yeah.
Well, it didn't turn out temporary, that's for sure.
I don't know how true that is or not, but yeah.
It's like crazy. And then to hear things like, everything is cheaper, like gas. Like, why is gas and alcohol cheaper in Dakota? It really shouldn't be that much cheaper.
Right? Yeah. I remember I drove through a town, South Dakota, and it was 65 cents a gallon.
That's crazy.
They come here and it's $5.
$5. It's 509 at the closest one to me.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. And it hurts like the people that really need gas the most.
Right?
I mean, it hurts everyone, but it hurts them the like most.
Who are actually using it.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And it's like to like get off of gas is not that cheap. Like you
Yeah.
have to have like an electric car, you have to have solar panel, you have to have a house pretty much to
Right.
have solar panels to charge. So it's like I don't know. It's just when you think about all the taxes and how much expensive standard of life is. Like I love California, but it's definitely brings up some questions for sure.
Yeah. No, I have the same questions.
Wow. So you after college became a police officer?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well,
What
after college, I took a year off and did nothing. That
really? What did you
was
do
amazing.
what did you do for that? What was that?
Then I became a police officer after that.
What did you do for that year?
I graduated in December 2016, and then did nothing. I didn't do nothing. I went to EMT school, got my EMT license. Just because I didn't know what I wanted to do, I thought it'd be a good thing to have. And then I also just worked out, trained for my NFL pro day. Then
Nice.
I did the NFL pro day, and obviously nothing happened with it. So then I was like, oh, I'm gonna be a police officer, I guess. So started just pushing out applications to places.
Nice. And how was it
That was what?
taking the year off?
Oh, it was amazing. I wish I could do that every year.
Seriously.
Yeah, right.
And I mean, it's like, how long have you been working now since that year off?
Ever since.
Which is like 4 or 5 years now.
Yeah.
I mean, that like that kind of like snaps by like that.
Oh,
And
it
it's
went so quick. It did not feel like a year at all.
wow. And it's nice, dude. I mean, college can be pretty intense.
Oh yeah. I mean, technically, I was working a full-time job and being a full-time student at the same time. If you count football
Yes.
as a job, but yeah.
And football's like it's not a sport, really. It's like lifestyle. It's a lifestyle.
Well, yeah, it's a lifestyle. You have to live, breathe, and eat it. And once in a while, you get like a day off to be a normal person.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So it's understandable that like especially because you're playing like college football in front of these huge crowds, and like to go from that for 4 or 5 years in a row into like, you know, like I did it too, like in a much lower degree. Like every day in college, I'd be with these people, like,
Right.
see the same people, hundreds of people every single day. Like there's a huge social group. We're all together. And then in like a matter of a month, it all ends.
Right. It's just like you're cut off.
Cut off.
Yeah.
And it's like tough to, I mean, and what you did was more intense because college football is like another level of like what you invest and how much you give to it. And I think it means more when you give more.
Right.
So then leaving that, it's like you kind of need some, like I didn't work for 8 months after college too. Like I
Right.
was looking for work. I couldn't even find work.
It was nice though, right?
Yeah, it was. It was. I like did a lot of camping trips. I went out
Right.
to Zion and Grand Canyon. And
Oh, nice. I haven't been to Zion yet. How is it?
dude, you got to go.
I want to. That's my next
It's
stop.
do it. Yes. Do it in the spring. It's a beautiful place.
Oh yeah.
You've done a lot of camping, haven't you?
I have. I got really into camping. Yeah, I
What
like camping a lot.
what are some of your favorite places?
I like the Alabama Hills a lot. I've been hitting there quite a bit. Have you been to the Alabama Hills?
No,
It's
where are
by
they?
Mammoth. It's up by Mammoth in Independence, California. It's where Mount Whitney. It's the base of Mount Whitney.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I know the town. What's that town right outside of there?
Lone Pine.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. So yeah, I've been going out there a lot. It's where they film all the truck commercials and where they blew up Iron Man in the first scene of Iron Man, the first movie.
Really?
Yeah.
They
I mean,
do a lot of
the road the dirt road you take before you peel up to a camping spot, it's called Movie Lane because they've just filmed like hundreds of westerns there.
it's really scenic.
Yeah, it's beautiful, man. I love it out there.
Dude, the Eastern Sierras are pretty incredible.
They are. They are. I've been.
What?
I was gonna say I've been going to Mammoth a lot too.
Mammoth?
Up in Mammoth is gorgeous.
So Alabama Hills and Mammoth are your two places?
That I've been hitting recently.
Nice.
Yeah.
Any others?
Yosemite's always nice.
Yes.
I've done Arizona by like Sedona.
Yes.
That's gorgeous.
It is gorgeous. The
Yeah.
first I wasn't expecting it, but I camped there once and woke up to like to snow, to a white blanket on the floor.
That's
It was
awesome.
it
Yeah.
is awesome. We were like, get the fire going right now. But it was awesome.
Yeah.
And one place also close to there, you said Yosemite. Have you been to Tuolumne Meadows?
I don't know if I have.
Have you heard of Lee Vining?
I don't. I have not.
If you go up the 395 past Mammoth, there's this town called Lee Vining, and then it goes, and then there's nothing about the town. It's like Lone Pine,
Right.
but then you go on the 120 east, and you'll go straight into Yosemite, and then the first place is Tuolumne Meadows, which is like I haven't been to the Alabama hills, but I might go there, and because the Eastern Sierras are awesome.
Yeah. No, it's super awesome, and it's Bureau of Land Management land, so it's free
Nice.
camping. You just pull off anywhere that you can and set up. So,
Do you fish out there?
yeah, not in Alabama Hills because there's no lakes, but more towards Mammoth by like Convict Lake. I like Convict Lake a lot, and June Lake, and
Okay,
yeah,
nice. Fishing's pretty crazy.
I love fishing.
You love fishing, and I've seen on your Instagram you go out into the sea too, like or at least the bay.
Yeah, I got a little like dinghy, I guess, an inflatable dinghy that I
It's
just
inflatable.
yeah. So I keep it in the back of like my trunk, and I just pull it out and pump it up. It's like a 12.5 foot little boat that I just take out and fish.
Nice. How often do you fish right now?
Oh, right now not too much. Just winter. It's cold, and I'm busy with work and stuff. But
Yes.
like in the summer when it's later, stays lighter later, I'll go quite a bit. Try to at least once a week.
Yes, dude, one thing that I really want to do, I don't know if you've ever done it, lobster diving.
Oh, I've never done that. I just got into spearfishing too. So
Really?
yeah,
Do you have a spear gun?
I don't have the gun, but I have
The
the
spear?
sling. Yeah, the actual spear with like
Ki-
it's like a spear with the bungee in your arm, and you just like hold up really high on it, and when you like let go, the bungee projects it forward.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Have you done it before? Have you done it so
Yeah,
far?
I did it a little bit in high school with one of my friends that was into it. But so I've been a couple of times, but now I've been getting into it a lot. I did some in Georgia. That was super fun.
You can like in South Georgia?
Yeah.
Wow. What did you and you spearfished out in like the Gulf? Is that the Gulf of Mexico?
No, so Georgia's on the East Coast. It's right above Florida.
Right.
Yeah. So I was right on the southeast border of Florida. So I was
In
right on.
between Carolina and Florida.
Yeah. So I was on the Florida Georgia line and right on the ocean. And there's a bunch of waterways that go through like almost the whole state. So you just put on your gear and plop in. The scariest part is they have water snakes, water moccasins that are super poisonous. So
Really?
you got to be careful, and alligators. But yeah,
Dude, Florida's a kind of crazy place
it is. It's
with the animals and the wildlife.
fun
I
to
mean,
visit, but don't. I wouldn't stay there too long
what's the reason you say that?
because everything there can kill you.
Yes. Like Australia.
Exactly.
Wow. How was Georgia?
It was good. They have these things called sand gnats that I'd never heard of before, and
They don't.
they're worse than mosquitoes.
Wow.
Yeah,
How?
they just swarm you and bite you constantly, but they don't suck your blood or anything, but they itch and they burn and they just don't stop.
That's crazy. That's not chill.
It's not. It wasn't at all.
Wow. And
I,
you were there in the summer?
yeah, I was there for a couple. I was there for almost a year.
Wow. You were there for almost a year?
Yeah.
Dang. In Atlanta?
No, I was in Brunswick.
Brunswick.
Yeah, it's like 4 hours southeast of Atlanta.
How was living in Georgia?
It was all right. We had a few hurricanes. So it was like, wow. These are real storms that you don't really get in California, but it was cool. It was
Nice.
super hot and humid. Sucks.
Yes. And isn't the winters pretty cold?
Not where I was at. It's about the same as California.
Okay.
We're right on the
Okay.
coast, so it didn't get too cold.
All right.
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't know you were there for that long. Almost a year's like fairly long time.
Yeah. It was. It was a long.
Wow. So you did policing though for 3 years.
Sure did.
How was your experience as a police officer?
It was awesome. I loved it. It was a super fun job. It what drew me to it. It's a lot like football, just with like the camaraderie of everyone. So, and we're all working as a team, doing our own thing, but it comes together in the same mission. So it was a lot like football, and that's what drew me to it. So I liked it a lot. I really enjoyed it.
Wow. What type of police officer were you?
The type of police officer is that? What do you mean?
Like patrol?
Yeah,
I I
I was in patrol.
I had a police officer on here before, and he mentioned that there were several types of police officers. Like there's patrol, which is like the one we think about, and then
Right.
there's like people that are in the back, kind of more on the desks. I forgot what he described. Do you know what those?
Detectives.
Yes, yes.
And so you like work your way up. Almost everyone starts in patrol, and then you have to work your way up to like a special assignment. And then once you have the special assignment, you can work your way up to detective and all these other stuff. So, but yeah, usually there's like your patrol, which is like your normal police officers that you see out every day, and if you call 911. And then usually there's like a traffic division, which is people who just do traffic. So but
Okay.
I write you tickets and stuff. Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm not that guy. I don't write
You're
tickets.
you're not traffic?
No, I mean the patrol can do whatever they want. They could do traffic if they want to, but I left the traffic to the traffic guys.
Nice, nice. Keeping keeping it real.
Right.
Wow. So there was a lot of camaraderie and a lot of coordination between you and the fellow officers.
Yeah. Yeah. It was a lot like college football, man. Is the best way to describe it. I mean, because you have to game plan everything. You should. Two officers always get sent to a call. Uh, but if they think like there's a lot of people or what's going, you have to go in, and then I mean we've had like protests and riots where we literally get padded up like we're in football, and then we have coordinated maneuvers, and you have like your supervisor in the back telling you what to do, giving you like hand signals and plays. It's like being a quarterback.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
so it was just like football.
Damn. That's kind of, I mean, how'd you, that sounds kind of scary being patted up in a protest. And I mean, you're a police officer, so you guys know what you sign up for.
Yeah, no, it's definitely super scary. It's like in the moment you're like, holy crap, like this is the scariest thing ever, and then after you're like, that was actually kind of fun. Like,
Really? Okay.
like your adrenaline is pumping. It was like, man, it was just like a football game. Like, it was crazy. But yeah,
That's awesome. I mean, to get some of that adrenaline back.
right. Like it's hard to get these days post football, but
Yes, it is.
I
You
definitely
gotta, what?
I would say that would definitely like being in those situations. It brings back like those football feelings, and you're like scary in the moment, but then after when you look back at it, and you're like, okay, I'm okay. Everyone's okay. I was like, that was a good feeling I haven't felt in a long time.
Nice, nice. And like you said, they don't come too often anymore.
No, I
We
know.
gotta we gotta find them. I
Right?
mean, fishing is one, and also for me, like hunting. Like I had a successful kill 2 years ago on a
Oh,
deer
nice. With a bow
and
or
with a bow.
nice. That's even better.
Dude, it was really awesome. And like it was, and even like that, like the whole thing, like the shot, the it wasn't like a perfect shot, so I had to chase the deer down and find the deer, and then you know I
Right.
had to end it, and then bring it back out and like gut it and do all these things and like take the meat off the carcass. Like that was so adrenaline rushing. And like even this year I went out elk hunting,
Oh,
and
cool.
dude, it was really cool.
Oh, I'm sure.
And I called in an elk within 20 yards. It's tough because bow hunting, it's like 99% like you're not seeing much.
Right.
And then it's like 1 to 3% is like, whoa, something crazy's happening. Like,
Yeah.
but I called in a bull within like 20 yards of me. It was like I was on here, there was a massive tree, and then the bull walked in right behind the tree. And then I made a call. I should have been patient and just like waited because I had my arrow knocked ready to like shoot it. And I made a call and it split. But it's that same thing. It's one of the reasons I love hunting, because it's
Right.
like that adrenaline. And even fishing is like it too. Like if you
Yeah.
catch a fish, that's like it's not as crazy as like scoring a touchdown in a college football game, but it's still like a
For that
minor rush.
small little amount where you're fighting it, reeling it in, it's
Yes,
you're like,
yes.
yeah.
Have you
Reminds,
ever what?
it reminds me of the old days.
Yes, dude. Have you ever considered? Do you do deep sea fishing?
I did it once. I've taken my little boat up there, like a couple, maybe like 3 miles offshore. It gets a little scary, but
Yes,
yeah,
dude. If you're ever down, my friend,
I'm down. You don't even have to finish it. I'm down. I'm
dude,
just
let's do
kidding.
it.
Go on.
Dude, it's he goes out into Mexico and then goes deep sea fishing for tuna and rockfish.
That is awesome.
Dude, he caught some crazy tuna. He had like 40 pounds of premium tuna.
That is awesome.
Dude, if you're ever interested, I can hit you up next time.
Oh, 100%. I'm interested.
Dude, I'll let you know. It was, and yeah, we go out to Mexico and then do it there. It's crazy.
That is awesome.
But that's a whole nother ball game. I mean, even like
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure I would have no idea what to do.
I don't either. He's an angler, my buddy. I mean, you're an angler too. Like you're much more of an angler than I am.
Maybe.
No, for sure. I don't fish.
Oh man.
I don't fish.
Man, I'll have to
I
take you out in the harbor someday.
yes, dude, let's go. Let's do
Yeah,
it.
definitely.
Wow. So fishing is your new. Do you have any other interests that you have now that
Snowboarding.
hell yeah.
Yeah.
Have you gone out this year
Not yet. I will. I think I'm gonna go. Well, not Christmas, but the weekend after.
for New Year's?
Yeah.
Nice. Where are you thinking?
Probably just a quick trip to Big Bear, and then once I can plan something more in advance and get more days off, I'll probably do Mammoth or like Lake Tahoe.
Does Lake Tahoe have good skiing?
Oh yeah. The Winter Olympics was there in like '80s in the '80s.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, at Squaw Valley.
Okay, I've heard of Squaw Valley.
Yeah, it's like Mammoth on steroids.
Really?
Oh yeah,
And
it's
and
awesome.
that's in Lake Tahoe?
Yeah, it's North Lake Tahoe. It's awesome.
North Lake. I've been to Donner Lake, which is awesome. I mean, Lake Tahoe's an amazing place.
I've never been to Donner Lake, so I don't know.
Does Lake Tahoe freeze up in the winter? No, it doesn't.
It's too big to freeze, but it definitely gets cold there. It snows.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. Damn. Well, that's going to be exciting.
Yeah.
So snowboarding and fishing are your two main
Pretty,
activities right now?
pretty much. And camping.
Nice. Do you
So
have
that
any
goes hand in hand with fishing for me.
Yes. So you camp, do you mostly camp public land in places that have good fishing?
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, like
Is
I like the places that are like more remote though, that like not everyone can get to.
Yes.
Like there's this place called Laurel Lakes by Mammoth, where you have to have 4-wheel drive. You have to pretty much off road and rock climb to get there. It's
Wow.
it's amazing. It's a gorgeous view.
When you say rock climb, do you mean like rock climb with your car? Like do
Yeah,
some
yeah. Like the trail is all rocks.
Wow. Dude, those you really have to have the appropriate vehicle for that stuff.
Oh, you do, yeah. Yeah, I put a lot of money into my truck and my camping gear.
Nice. What did you put into your truck?
I got the camp at the F-150, little bigger tires, all terrain tires on it. Lifted it about 3 inches. Um, I got a camper shell on the back of it, and then on top of the camper shell, I have one of those like rooftop pop up tents.
Is the camper shell like the base, like the metal frame that you put on the car?
Yeah, where it like turns it into like a suburban looking kind of thing.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's what my dad always had on the back of his truck.
I think I remember it.
Yeah.
So you have that and then a tent feature on top.
Yes.
So you tent on your roof,
Yep.
much stronger than tenting on the ground.
Much more comfy.
Much more comfy.
I have a tent for the ground too if I have a lot of people.
Nice. You can hand it off to them while you sleep on the comfy roof.
Exactly. My truck is actually with the roof on top and the camper shell. I have an air mattress that fits in the bed of the truck, and and then the rooftop tent comes with like a foam mattress. So the top sleeps two. So it's like my truck is 2 stories, where the top sleeps two, and the inside the camper shell can sleep two. So I can sleep 4 people in a 2-bedroom in my truck.
Wow. Have you done that? Have you had 4 people in the truck yet?
I haven't. I almost did it when I was in Georgia, but I haven't done it yet.
Wow. That's awesome though. Dude, it makes the camping I mean, being unprepared for camping is just gonna make it terrible.
That's true. It's true.
Like just making sure you have your food, water, all your utilities, cooking supplies, even your like for me it's hunting supplies, for you it's fishing supplies. It's not like a simple just go out and
Oh yeah, you
camp.
can't just like leave and go. Like it takes preparation, planning.
Yes,
Yeah.
it takes preparation and planning. And like I mean, have you gone out camping unprepared? I definitely have, like when I was like much younger.
I've grown up camping, so I'm usually pretty prepared. But I remember
Nice.
like it wasn't even that long ago. It was like last year or the year before. I went camping and I thought I had everything, and then when we start cooking food and everything, I didn't bring any forks, knives, or plates. So I cooked all the food, but how are we supposed to eat the food? Like,
Dude,
yeah, I was like, dang it. Yeah.
it's the super simple things.
I had everything except for like the most important thing.
Yes. How'd you guys do it? Did you eat on the pots and pans with like cooking utensils?
Yeah, I think we used a couple, like some of my pocket knives just to cut, like,
Dude, yes.
yeah,
Pocket knives as spoons, classic.
yeah, a couple pocket knives that we just cut up the steaks real quick and then just used our hands. Actually, I think, and then one of us got smart and walked over to the campsite next to us and asked
Nice.
if they could spare some, and they did, which is cool. Which is, yeah,
There is some like I do love remote camping too, for sure.
right.
Especially if you've got like your group with you, then it's like,
Yeah, I always do it in group. But
but I don't because I hunt. I do camp alone a lot. It kind of sucks,
yeah, I can see that.
but that is one nice thing about like camping in an area. You have your bathroom and like some usually like a water faucet.
Right. Yeah. I bought one of those. It's called a camp shower. It's just like a 7-gallon bag with like a little nozzle at the end of it, and I hook it to the top of my truck so I can get like some running water kind of to do dishes.
Wow. How
Yeah.
is it?
It actually works way better than I thought it would, and it's just like such an easy design. It was pretty cheap.
Nice. And then running water like efficiently into to do anything, like
Yeah,
clean dishes, to wash yourself. Like if you're out there for like 5 days, that matters.
it does. It does.
What's the longest you've camped in a row?
I don't really do too long of trips. I'd say the longest probably 7 days, full
That's
week.
pretty long.
Yeah, I
What
know
were you
people who've
doing?
gone for like months.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And do you work in an office or remotely?
Both.
Okay.
Yeah.
Even working remotely, I couldn't imagine doing like camping and working like that.
Yeah. I have worked while camping before. I just made a hotspot on my on my laptop. But
Really? How
yeah,
was it?
it was awesome. But
Dude, you were just out in nature with your laptop and just like
right?
working out or working on your stuff.
Exactly.
Dude, you could fish while you're doing that too.
Oh, I've done that too.
Oh
Brought
man.
the laptop on my boat and just had it there. I was working at the same time.
Dude, wow. This remote work thing is gonna be hard to end.
Yeah. Like, have you seen like they're making like for people with fifth wheel, the big trailers? They like are putting like an office in them so people can camp and work at the same time because everyone's teleworking these days.
No way.
Yeah.
And what are these that they're putting this in?
Like the big trailers, like people who fifth wheel, like when they go camping,
Yes.
they have the big trailer that's like an apartment.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're putting in an extra room for working now.
Yeah, they're putting in like an office into them so people can work while
Dude,
camping.
some people, that's their thing. They don't want a house. They just want like
Yeah.
to camp. I mean, I went out, to the woods a couple weeks ago and I met this guy. He called himself Mountain Mike and he just he just camps 365 a
It's
year.
That's awesome.
It is. So it's for some, and if you can like have a solid job, like income,
Yeah,
it's like,
I would do it.
yeah, I'd
Yeah.
consider it. I don't know if I'd do it.
I,
I'd
I wouldn't
consider.
do it full time, but I would definitely go out on like a month-long trip or something for sure.
Yes, in
Yeah.
like July, August time frame,
Yeah,
I might do that too.
that'd be cool.
It'd be cool. Wow. So Kyle, that's pretty exciting. Football player and police officer and fisherman.
Fisherman.
Adrenaline, yeah, dude. We've got to like you said, we've got to find sources to keep our like this life exciting.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Well, Kyle, thanks for coming on the podcast. Are there any last words you'd like to tell the audience?
Just thank you for having me, Karush. It was a lot of fun. I'm glad we could do this. It's been a while.
Yes, I'm glad we could as well. My guest today has been Kyle Paris. Thanks for coming on the podcast, Kyle.
Thanks, Karush.